Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the brain to uncover the hidden command center that's running, well, pretty much everything in your body, from growth and stress to your entire metabolism.
So let me ask you, who's really in charge? You might think it's your conscious mind, the part of you listening to this right now. But the real power, it lies so much deeper. It's this tiny, incredibly influential duo operating 24/7, and you never even notice they're there.
Okay, so to make this all make sense, we're going to use a little analogy. Let's think of your hypothalamus as the CEO of a massive corporation, that corporation being your body. And the pituitary gland? That's its headquarters, which is split into two very different divisions.
First up, let's meet the management team, shall we? To really get how this whole operation works, we've got to understand the corporate structure first. So here's the crucial point. The hypothalamus, that's our CEO. It's making all the big, top-level decisions. But, and this is key, it talks to its two divisions, the anterior and posterior pituitary, in completely different ways to get things done. And this is where it gets really interesting. You can see the difference right here. Think of the posterior pituitary as just a simple warehouse. It's got a direct phone line, these nerve axons, straight to the CEO. Its job is simple: store and ship out two products that the boss already made. But the anterior pituitary, oh, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a full-blown factory that gets its orders through a special internal mail system, which is actually a network of blood vessels. It makes its own products, but, and this is a big but, only when the CEO gives the command.
All right, let's start with that first division, the warehouse. Seriously, just picture a simple, super efficient storage and shipping facility.
The whole process here is incredibly direct, no middlemen. The CEO, our hypothalamus, makes two key hormones. They get shipped right down that direct nerve line and are just stored in the warehouse, the posterior pituitary, all ready to be released in your bloodstream the second they're needed. See, no manufacturing happening here, just storing and releasing. Simple.
So what are these two products the CEO makes? Well, on one side, you've got oxytocin, the famous bonding hormone. It's absolutely crucial for social connection, trust, empathy, and childbirth. Then, on the other side, you have antidiuretic hormone, or ADH for short. This one is all about survival. It's a tool that manages your body's water balance and keeps your blood pressure in check.
And this is just so important to grasp. Oxytocin isn't just about romantic love or anything like that. It is the chemical foundation that has literally allowed humans to cooperate in groups, to build entire societies, and to connect with each other on a really fundamental level. It's kind of a fun way to think about it, right? But it really gets to the heart of what oxytocin does. Dogs, as pack animals, they generally produce more of it, which is a big part of why they bond so incredibly close with us humans. It just perfectly highlights the hormone's role in social behavior. All right, time to head over to the second and much more complex division, the factory floor. This is the anterior pituitary, and this is where the real manufacturing happens.
And here's that key difference we were talking about. The CEO doesn't ship finished goods to the factory. Nope. Instead, it sends instructional memos. In the body, these are called releasing hormones. These memos travel through that special corporate mail system, those portal blood vessels, to tell the factory floor exactly what to produce and when.
Okay, let's take a closer look at that production line. This is where we can see how a simple memo from the CEO can trigger a really specific, powerful action somewhere totally different in the body. This chart just lays out the chain of command perfectly. So, for example, the CEO sends out a memo called TRH. The factory gets it and produces TSH, which then travels all the way to the thyroid department to manage your metabolism. And you see, the same kind of cascade happens for stress, reproduction, and growth. It's such a precise and elegant system of instructions. So, in total, this factory floor is responsible for turning out 7 major hormones. You could think of these as manager hormones. They don't do the final job themselves, but they travel to other glands to tell them what to do, regulating this huge range of your body's most vital functions. So what do these guys do? Well, each one is like a middle manager for a specific department. Growth hormone? It's your body's repair crew, and it's vital your whole life, not just when you're growing up. TSH is like the energy coordinator, kicking your metabolism into high gear when you need it. And ACTH? That's the head of your emergency response team, managing stress by signaling for cortisol to be released. So, with all these powerful hormones being produced, you have to wonder,
How does the CEO know when to send more memos and, just as importantly, when to stop? Well, it all comes down to this brilliant system of corporate governance. The whole system is governed by something called feedback loops. This is basically the communication network, the internal reporting system that allows the whole operation to self-regulate. It's what keeps your body in that perfect state of balance, which scientists call homeostasis. Now, the most common type is called negative feedback, and honestly, it works just like the thermostat in your house. The CEO sends the order, the factory and the target department do their jobs, but then as the final product, let's say it's thyroid hormone, builds up in your bloodstream, that signal travels all the way back up to the CEO and says, okay, hey, we're good down here, you can turn off the signal now. It's an incredibly elegant and efficient way to keep everything stable. So while negative feedback is kind of the default setting for keeping things balanced, there's also something called positive feedback. Now, this is reserved for rare special occasions. It's not a thermostat. It's more like an alarm that screams, more, more, more. A perfect example is oxytocin during childbirth. Every contraction signals for even more oxytocin, which causes a stronger contraction, which signals for more oxytocin, amplifying the whole process until the job is done. And this is such a powerful example of how our conscious experience can affect this deep biology. The CEO can also send stop production memos directly. So during times of really intense emotional stress, the hypothalamus can release inhibiting hormones to purposely slow down functions like tissue repair and reproduction. The body's logic is actually pretty simple. If there's a crisis, it's better to prioritize immediate survival over long-term projects. And that's really the crucial takeaway here. This whole corporate structure, this incredible network of memos and products and feedback loops, it's all running silently in the background, constantly adjusting to keep you alive and functioning, and it is shaping your entire experience of the world. And that's a powerful thought to end on, isn't it? Knowing all this, knowing your brain is running this complex corporation, how does that change the way you think about things? Like exercise is a type of physical stress that tells the CEO to ramp up growth hormone for repair, but chronic emotional stress, that does the exact opposite. Our daily choices are, in effect, direct communications with our body's most important CEO. So, what message are you sending?